So today we're going to talk about the PPF curve for one single country. Here's a little example I drew up. On the y-axis you have shoes, and on the x-axis you have wheat, and then we have 3 points to discuss. Point A is located along the PPF curve. This means that it is using the max amount of resources for this combination of shoes and wheat production. All along the PPF curve, if you were on it or along it, that means you are using the max amount of resources to make both of your products. So you can go up and down this PPF curve, and you will be at an efficient point. Now, if we look at point B, it is inside the PPF curve or to the left of it. This means that you are still able to produce at these points inside the PPF curve, but you are not using the max amount of resources possible. You can either increase shoes, you can increase your production of wheat, or both. So this means you can go any direction inside the PPF curve. However, you're not using your full capabilities of production, meaning you can produce more of either one or both of the products or the items on the curve. So point B will be an inefficient point. Now, if we move on to point C is located outside of the PPF curve. Um, if you were looking at one single country, this is impossible, or what we would call an unobtainable point. Later on in the slides, we will look at trade between countries and optimization, which means one country produces one item and another country produces another, and they trade to get a point outside their own PPF curve. Um, this can be used in real life too. If you look at trade between countries, and it is mostly based on the opportunity cost of each country. As we know, opportunity cost between two different people is going to be different. They cannot have the same opportunity cost. And so, while one country might have an absolute advantage over both items, they can only have a greater or lesser opportunity cost over one item. And so, for this example, this is just one country's PPF curve. There's no trade, there's no outside production, which means point C is unobtainable. We do not have the resources or manpower to get to point C. The only way you could produce at this point is with a shift of the PPF curve. This means you either increase your population of workers or you increase your resources or one of the inputs involved in making these products. So with this current PPF curve, point C would be an unobtainable point. I hope this helps, and we will see you later in the slides.